Hello viewers, on today's politics, GOP Sen. Mitt Romney thinks a government shutdown is very likely, citing the House for his pessimism. Senate GOP Whip John Thune says that House Republicans are going to have to show some movement in the impasse. And Republican Sen. Shelley Moore Capito thinks the House GOP shouldn't have abandoned a bipartisan deal that Speaker Kevin McCarthy reached with the White House that was meant to make it easier to fund the government and avoid their current predicament. As an end-of-the-month deadline to avoid a shutdown is rapidly approaching, tension in the GOP ranks is only rising. Lawmakers have to navigate a whole host of major differences between the two chambers, not just in overall spending levels, but also on critical policy issues. That includes whether to maintain the United States investment to help Ukraine in its war against Russia, an issue that is strongly supported by top Senate Republicans and Democrats, but has badly divided the House GOP, plus the differences between the two chambers go beyond Ukraine. Under pressure from his right flank, which held the House hostage for about a week over the summer in protest over the debt ceiling law, McCarthy agreed to seek deeper cuts than outlined in that law, which was drafted in painstaking negotiations in his own office. Now, the House and the Senate are about $153 billion apart in funding levels for the federal government for the fiscal year that starts October 1st. A gulf that even Republican senators fear will be difficult, if not impossible, to bridge. It makes the appropriations process really challenging. Sen. Jerry Moran, a Kansas Republican and member of the Senate Appropriations Committee, said of the House backing away from the funding levels in the debt limit law, also known as the Fiscal Responsibility Act. On top of all of that, threats persist from McCarthy's right wing that if he agrees to funding levels higher than they'd like, they could seek to oust from his speakership. They would need just one member to call for a vote and 5 to vote against him, throwing the House into chaos. But first, Congress will have to approve a short-term spending bill to avoid a shutdown, but it's not even clear that will pass by the September 30th deadline. Colorado Representative Ken Buck, a member of the hard-right House Freedom Caucus, said Wednesday that many Republicans would rebel if McCarthy agreed to even a short-term extension of current funding levels, saying there need to be cuts imposed in the must-pass measure. Can't imagine that most Republicans are going to want to vote for a continuing resolution of a number that they voted against, Buck said on The Lead with Jake Tapper, referring to the funding levels in last year's spending law that would be extended under a short-term bill. Texas GOP Representative Chip Roy, who is demanding more border security measures in the short-term funding bill, dismissed concerns over the possibility of a government shutdown. Louisiana GOP Sen. John Kennedy said he was supportive of both disaster aid and more Ukraine money, but has no qualms with the House GOP's hardline approach to the spending battle. I don't agree with everything that's said by my House colleagues, but they're right on the need to control spending and debt accumulation, he said. The rubber's gonna meet the road when we get a conference committee. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.